Hi, I'm Pete Singer, the Editor-in-Chief of Solid State Technology, and I'm here at Semicon West in Moscone. And I'm here with Paul Rawlings, who's the VP of Marketing for Edwards for the Semiconductor Group. Welcome, Paul. How are you?
Thank you.
And we're talking about process gases and exhausts and pumps and things like that. So, Paul, could you tell me what things you're hearing here at the show?
So when I go around, I talk to customers and I've been to shows and conferences and so on. The themes are really all to do with safety, with the environment, and with innovation. And the innovation is in the subfab. That's what we're really concentrating on. And the things that really matter to us and to our customers as we think it's all around how do you reduce the total cost of ownership in the subfab, but you need to do it intelligently. So if I go back to the safety position, within Edwards, it's something that we've been looking at for a long time, and we really find that when we connect with customers on that, it's not just about the challenges of the product and the process, but actually it's also a lot more about how do you work, what's your behavior, and it has to go right through the company organization. And pretty much universally across the industry now, we find that's the way of doing business. So we think that's a real important pillar and how you start. And then going on to the environment, again, it's all about the intelligence of the way that we apply our products to the challenges of the industry. So the challenges are still there about meeting DRE performance for PFC gases and global warming, but it's also about how you actually look after the byproducts, the CO, the NOx emissions and all of those. And all of our customers are getting more challenges, there's more environmental regulation, and so it's about looking at the total end-to-end picture, understanding the applications, looking at the chemistry right the way through. And for Edwards, this is our challenge and our opportunity. It's how do we look from the turbo on the back of the pump through to the fall line, through to our pumps, through to the abatement unit, linking it together such that we've got communications, such that we can look at the temperature profile. So, we've done a lot of work over the last few years in making our pumps more intelligent. We can change the temperature. We have pipe heating systems where we can vary the temperature and control it really accurately. We go right through to the abatement, and it's understanding that application piece. So everything, as I go around and I talk to customers and I work on these things, it's about how do you look at the total picture? Don't look at one piece in isolation. How do you reduce the total amount of nitrogen that's used throughout the process, but still avoid getting deposition, still avoid having corrosion issues? So these are the kind of themes that I get as I go around the place and listen to conferences and people talking.
Okay, very good. And so people are interested in being green, but now there's a benefit, a financial benefit to being green as well. Could you comment on how you can, if the process allows it, kind of turn off the pumps or reduce the gas abatement system?
Yeah, so idle modes, again, it's something that's important. And doing it the right way, of course. So there are certain processes that are very challenging, and you may reduce the speed of the pump, but you probably wouldn't go all the way to a complete idle. Conversely, on those processes that are light duty, then there's a real opportunity to do that, and intelligent interfacing is the way to go forward. So yes, you can save money and you can be green. And I've always said that, I don't believe that there is a price for being environmentally friendly, because actually it will pay back throughout the whole process if you do it intelligently.
And we're seeing a lot of new materials being introduced into the fab. There's so many different new materials they're looking at. Does that create a challenge for you in terms of the byproducts and understanding exactly what you're dealing with?
Well, it does. So at the one end we look what's going into the process chamber, and of course that's a whole range of gases and so on. But then of course there's the reaction itself in the chamber and what comes out. And so again, it's about how much more intelligent we can be when we look at that challenge, because you want to look at the species that are actually coming out of the chamber and how do you treat those, what temperature do you want to be at, and then you get these kind of different challenges where on the one hand you would like to be at a high temperature to avoid condensation on some of the materials, and on the other hand on something like the clean step with the fluorine, you want it to be as cold as possible to reduce the corrosion rate. So again, can you be intelligent in the way that you apply those things? Where do you use coatings? What's the appropriate opportunity? So a lot of challenges, but there are technology solutions that we have, and it's about how we understand that application and how we can tune the complete, as I say, from the start of the process to the end of the process. And the closer we work with customers, and this is where the partnership and the trust has to come in, the more that we can do that, the more opportunity there is to save costs, improve reliability, improve uptime for the customers, and things that they need to be able to get their business to run smoothly.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you, Paul.
All right, thank you very much.